moderation helps everyone feel safe. To build a positive live chat, you have to do that at a time. Oh, here we are. Well, we're live. Hold on, guys. Hold on 1 second. What?
I have that stand.
Oh, I have a stand. All right, guys. Where do you want to begin? Strickland won. I mean, we can't forget about that. Like, this was such an incredibly unexpected, meaningful night of news and information. We got to remember that Strickland won. Mr. Chael, Tito tapped. Somebody said there first, I appreciate that. That's really interesting. But if those are questions and I'm taking the time to read them, I feel like there should be a question. I'm not trying to be a jerk about it. Hey, Chael, drive safe. Thank you. That's actually, my hot-ass wife is driving. I think she just gave you guys a... Hey, you're not ready to be live, right? But I will drive safe. That was my point to you. I wouldn't do this while I was driving. Okay, 14 videos about Ngannou. Chael, go quick. Man, I don't even know if I'm going to make one. I mean, I really don't. What would we talk about? I mean, what is it that I could tell you about Francis Ngannou? I could tell you stuff about Chael. I could tell you Chael surprised. I could tell you Chael thought they were going to come to a deal. But what would I tell you about Francis? What would I tell you about Francis that isn't already out there? Hey, Francis isn't going to be fighting anytime soon? All right. I mean, we've been saying that for a year, guys. I think that maybe you forgot. His fight with Ciryl Gane was in February of last year. So it's been 1 year of we're trying to do a deal with Francis. We're working on negotiation with Francis. Francis is looking like he wants to go somewhere else. Francis may not fight again. I mean, I don't have anything new to tell you. He finally said, let him fight it. He made it true. And you got to understand, I mean, this is all a game, right? This is all just a game of chess. It's nothing more than that. But the checkmate is not here. The checkmate is not Francis not signing an agreement and being stripped. If Ciryl Gane beats Francis Ngannou, the Francis phenomenon, I apologize, if Ciryl Gane beats Jon Jones, the Francis phenomenon lives on. If Jon Jones goes out and stomps Ciryl, the Francis debate is now over. We will just do the MMA math. That will be the common opponent. Francis barely squeaked by Ciryl. If Jon destroys Ciryl, hey, Francis, you made the right move. You were going to lose your belt anyway, and it's probably a lot less painful to have it taken from you than having Jon Jones come take it off of you. That isn't here yet. We're gonna have to get to March, but there's nothing in life where perception is not reality more than in this sport. So if you're Team Francis and you want this to live, and you want the boxing match to live, and you want the return, you're not dead in the water yet. You just need Ciryl to handily beat Jon Jones. All right. Let's see. Bones by submission. That was a statement. Do you think Tommy O'Connor against Volk could be arranged? I don't know who Tommy is, man. Sure. I'm sure Volk will fight him. Just stopping to give my love to you, Chael. Keep doing your thing, brother. Well, same to you. Chael, what's it like beating up Jon Jones? All right. My wife can't drive from the trunk of my car. Oh, domestic violence jokes. Well done on a Sunday. Francis... That's what he said. That's what he said.
It's awful. It's not funny.
Francis is scared of Jon Jones. Maybe. I mean, I can't make that stop. I know that means something to you when you say he's scared of him. I know that means something. And I know you can even personalize it back to the playground. Whether one of the kids said that to you to get you to do something you didn't want to do, or you did it to a kid. You told a kid he was scared to try to get him to do something that you just wanted to see as an onlooker. I know it means something to you to say that so-and-so's scared. It's just not how it works here. It's just not how it works here. So, fine. He's scared. He's not scared. Whatever. Whatever. I just don't know what the relevance is. I don't know what it is because I fought 51 men. I was scared every single time. Didn't have anything to do with whether I was going to go fight those 51 men. All right, Chael. Oh, somebody gave me $1.99. You and I both know Conor knocks out Leon or Usman. All right, well, there was no question in there. You made a statement. Chael Sonnen has to share the Mercedes with his wife. It's a Bentley, but I get your point. I get the point. I get the joke. All right. Jones P. Gone. Yeah. Where do you guys think of that? I mean, are you in for that fight? Do you want to see Jones versus John? Because I mean, that announcement announces several other things, right? Announcing Jon versus Ciryl for the heavyweight championship. And then just shut your mouth. Shut your mouth and walk off stage. But what do we now have? We now have confirmation that Francis did not resign. We now have confirmation that Francis has been stripped. That tells us a lot. We now have confirmation that whatever is going on with Stipe Miocic is still going on with Stipe Miocic. And we have confirmation that Stipe's only road back goes through Curtis Blades. And I think that's a tough sell. I don't know that I buy the idea that Stipe Miocic is going to return for less than a world title fight, which effectively would mean Stipe Miocic is now retired. Those are all the things that you could get from the statement, Jon Jones is going to fight Ciryl Gane for the undisputed championship. You can gather all of those things. And so I want to ask you guys, was it worth it? What do you think? The casualties that we're seeing laying by the roadside here, was it worth it? Is that the match you want? You've never mentioned it. You've never said you wanted to see Ciryl versus Jon Jones. They've never spoke about each other. Jon Jones has the best ground and pound in the business. Ciryl's 2 matches ago versus Francis showed his ground and pound sucks. I mean, what do you want to do with Ciryl, guys? In his last 2 fights, okay, he almost got knocked out by Tai Tuivasa. Do you believe that Jon Jones is a better striker than Tai Tuivasa? Yes, of course you do. Okay. Francis got out-wrestled by, Ciryl got out-wrestled by Francis Ngannou. Do you believe that Jon Jones is better at wrestling than Francis Ngannou? Yes, of course you do. So you're looking at a fight where you got about 10-1 odds favoring Jon Jones. And it's a fight that none of you have ever mentioned. Never. Doesn't mean it's wrong. I'm just here to ask, is that the right move? Was it enough to sidestep Curtis Blades? The disrespect that has been shown to Curtis Blades, which we all seem to be just fine with, and I've never been cleared why, was it worth it? To retire Stipe Miocic to have this match, was it worth it? It's your choice. I'm not passing a judgment. I'm just asking you. All right, Uncle Chael, nobody can give a breakdown like you. That is true. Uncle Chael, I can't get these thoughts anywhere. That is also true. I appreciate it. And your nickname is Carrots. All right, Carrots. My wife tells me I don't hold the phone up high enough. Says you got to hold it up. But the problem with that is my arms get tired and you come back down like this. But I'll try it. Now I see why you put yours in the trunk, by the way. Okay. Thoughts on Gaethje versus Fiziev? You know, I like that a lot and I respect it. But there lies another message. It's the one that you don't hear. There was no piece of promotional pageantry that was gifted to our industry more than Dave Portnoy backing Paddy Pimblett to take on Justin Gaethje. There is nothing in the last 12 months that gave a gift and a present to our industry more than that. And it didn't happen. So Paddy the Baddy has refused to fight Justin Gaethje. That is a lot bigger announcement than Fiziev versus Gaethje. But it's the things that are said in these announcements that you guys run with because you're simpletons. And then there's something that's a more sophisticated mind like I have, which is what wasn't said. Fiziev deserves something big. That's a really interesting match with Gaethje. Gaethje deserves your respect because he goes out and does heavy lifting that other people aren't willing to do while being a star himself. He deserves respect for that. Paddy the Baddy quietly turned this down, or it was never offered to him, which is an even bigger headline, and we can get into the problems with that. But that's what you should really be hearing. All right. Cass, he says, Uncle Chael, what advice do you have for an up-and-coming Muay Thai fighter? Oh, God bless you, Luke. Is it too late? Luke, I support it for exercise, man. If you're looking to have a business, you just found the wrong one, and I'm not putting you down. You're talking to a wrestler here. I wrestled 1,000 matches. I paid to do every single match. I was never given $1, so I'm not judging you. But if you're looking to get into a business side and make a career out of Muay Thai, I'm sorry. You simply can't do it. I'm sorry, Luke. I want to tell you something much better. I don't want to tell you that. That's the truth. Chael, tell us the best. I mean, you got to understand, Luke, Muay Thai is not even legal in most places. Right? If something was illegal but people really cared about it, you'd know that. You probably don't even know that Muay Thai is banned. And it's not because it's a secret. It's because nobody cares, so they don't even talk about it. I mean, I live here in Oregon. You cannot do Muay Thai in the state of Oregon. I'll give you an example. You could do kickboxing, but that's not the same thing. That's not what you asked me about. But that is what a poor industry that is. A hard sport, a lot of respect, a lot of honor and courage for the people that go into it. That's where it ends. You're not guaranteed a fight a year. If you go do Muay Thai for the next 10 years, you may retire from the sport without having 10 matches. I mean, just so you understand. There's still time left to choose anything else. Go choose it. All right. CTE. Somebody just posted CTE. Chael, why aren't you watching the NFL playoffs? I'm not trying to be funny. I did not know that those were still going on. All right. Let's see here. This comes from Ryu Ken. Good afternoon, Chael. Your experience, thoughts on catch wrestling. Well, catch wrestling's awesome. I love it. And I got to work with the great Billy Robinson one-on-one one day. I've got to watch Coach Paulson. I've got to watch Josh Barnett. I mean, as far as the techniques go, I love it. As far as being an industry or something that's respected or something that has roots or has legs is ever going to be even in a discussion to be inserted into the Olympic Games, ever going to have anybody even breathe the words, catch wrestling should be tonight on Sports Center. No. There's just no leadership. There's no leadership. There's no foundation. There's no junior high that does it. There's no high school that's going to give you a letter. There's no college that's going to recruit you. It's good and effective. If you've got some spare time on the weekend and you want to do it, go ahead. To dedicate yourself to it, man, it's the road to nowhere. All right. Mike's Fitness, man, I clicked you a couple times. I can't get you to come up. Let's try a third time. All right, this is Ryu Ken again. He's asking me my thoughts on catch wrestling. I mean, guys, let's get back to this, right? Let's get back to the idea that Jon Jones and Ciryl Gane are going to go into a match. It's less than 2 months away. That was very refreshing. You know, we don't generally get announcements like that. Generally, when there's an announcement, we got to wait and wait and wait. I mean, how long have we heard that the fight in Perth, Volk and Makhachev, I mean, how long have we been building? We've been building that forever. Oh, by the way, that's only 2 weeks before this one. So it was very refreshing to have a fight announcement where you only had to wait 7 weeks. It was very refreshing to get some kind of closure within the heavyweight division. You know, some kind of closure to that one chapter and be able to move on. And don't forget, the beautiful insertion of Ciryl Gane means we've finally broken up the round robin of Stipe, Francis, and Jon. And nobody was able to penetrate or break in there, and Ciryl did. So that's good news. That's good news for the rest of us that like the division want to go see something new. All right, guys. I've had it with you. Wait, hold on. Don't go yet. Oh, I got a couple of minutes. Hold on. We're here early. We're pulling into lunch.
They're already here.
Actually, goodbye, turkeys.